to walk towards you, and then as he walks towards you, he goes "Ugh," as the headphones fall off of him, and he shows you something. Like without missing a beat, the headphones just go off, and he's like, "Look at this."
What is it? What is it? What does it do?
It looks like a coffee can.
Okay.
But I guess depending on whatever Maelstrom stuff you can see, it is absolutely what is causing this leak of Maelstrom.
What metal is it made of? Is it made of metal, or is it made of glass, or is it made of plastic, or wood?
Oh no,
or
it's
whatever?
literally a coffee can.
Oh, it's literally a coffee
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
It looks like one because that's what it is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he just took the side off a coffee can, stuffed it full of Maelstrom stuff and other explosives, tape, some string, and put the side back on. You know, like most of his explosives.
Yeah, cool. Izzy, roll me plus weird.
Okay.
You basically come into contact with this near enough, and you are much more in tune with this sort of stuff.
I'm rolling well today.
On a 9,
That is scary.
I'll let you ask me. I'll give you one piece of information, but I'll let you ask me first a random question about this thing. It has to be vague-ish, but yeah, you can give me something.
Is this something that should be shut down? Like, is this so unstable that it could potentially bring the whole city into danger?
Don't drop it.
That's the only answer you get.
Yeah. I will say, I'll give you, it's a... Whatever it is, it's almost organic.
Okay.
You get like a vibe from it that it almost thinks, feels, there's emotion. It's all insane madness. Like you can't. It is nothing that you'd recognize as like human or animal or anything like that. But there's something in there. It has almost an awareness, almost a consciousness, but it's impossible to get a read on. It just whirls around and reconfigures and is just insanity.
Okay. And she looks back from the thing in his hand back up at Xander and says, "Where did you get that from?
Oh, I made it. It's pretty cool, right?
How did you make it?"
What do you mean? And he like pops the side off the can and he's like, "Look, I made it."
And she moves back a little bit.
Yeah, you can see that it looks like bits of scrap. There's like a little vial of some kind of weird liquid in there. Yeah, there's like random things that detonate in there.
Did you tap into the Maelstrom?
No?
Are you sure?
No.
One of these questions was easier than the other.
One of the answers had a question mark.
I'm gonna say like Izzy, when you look inside, you basically just see like what is essentially 3 sticks of dynamite wedging like around the edge of a glass jam jar that is filled with something that is swirling. Almost looks like it could be liquid, could be gas. It's moving a heck of a lot. And then like he's basically, to stop it from rattling, he's just like, you know how you use like filler, like polyfiller and stuff like that. He's used Semtex for that. That's the sort of insanity you're looking at.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
Semtex and Play-Doh.
Yeah. some of it's Semtex, some of it's Play-Doh. You ate some of it. You're not sure what it was.
Yeah, dealer's choice. Could be peanut butter for all I know. It just never will stop the noise.
Well, I guess after being with the group for a little bit, she has a rough idea just how bad the explosives could be, but she's really worried about that extra thing that he got, and she has a very distinct idea that he did not know what he was doing there.
You want to see how I made it?
Yes, but if I say stop, you have to stop immediately, because I'm not sure. This might potentially be really, really bad.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll see what happens. And he like sits down and puts those headphones back on, and he just starts turning all kinds of knobs.
Mhm.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and augury again, Josh.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fucking nail it.
Jeez. Okay, right. Cool. I'm gonna give you some guys something. Just give me 1 second. Will, could you just throw me that stuff from Chipmunk because I don't have chat right at this second.
Of course.
In Twitch.
What are you, like?
Um,
I'm just curious. What's Xander trying to do, or is he just like, let's just open some shit?
That's pretty much it.
He has no idea what he's tapping.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So like, if it under augury, it has a bunch of things, and the only thing that I'm interested in is isolate and contain a fragment of the world's psychic maelstrom itself. So I just
And
reach in,
does
and
he
when
even-
I
does
reach
he-
in, it looks like a junkyard, and he's just like, parts. That's mine. See what happens.
So he is not even aware that this is a maelstrom.
No, he has no idea. He just, like I said, he plays with radio dials that shouldn't work, and then like a Bioshock 2-esque portal opens or hole opens, and he just reaches in and grabs things, just like his junk.
I just.
Oh,
he's gone.
Mike
that
died.
does not allow us to do.
Yeah.
Just like a.
This- I like this image of like Izzy as this kind of not quite scholar but sage-ish of the maelstrom next to this mad scientist who's like, well, previously I have pushed a button and things have exploded, so I know that button makes explosions. Why? Who cares? Silence.
He's just got like a massive rack of like.
There's Mike. There he is.
The internet is the heat's killing the internet. But yeah, so a window opens, he reaches in just like his junkyard in the backyard. He just takes things out of it.
Okay, so
It feels very weird that for once Izzy seems to be the one who's wiser in a situation.
I'm gonna tell you right now that what happened before does not reoccur.
Okay.
You are going to maybe it's Izzy's presence, maybe it's whatever she knocked over in the background, maybe you've got a knack for this. Whatever it is, you are going to open essentially a window that is a little bit indistinct at first, but it will clear up, and you are looking into almost like through a glass panel, and behind is a couple of people are sat at desks facing each other with some sort of device in front of them hanging from the ceiling, and they've got a variety of like tech around them, and one of them is saying, so that concludes the weather for today, but we'll be back just after these adverts from our sponsors. Right back with you, Jeff. And there's a click, and the guy just, oh. Well, that was, and you just get a man who turns and looks at you as someone in a radio station somewhere in time is looking for a portal in time at Xander and Izzy.
So Xander looks back and he says, well, that's different than last time, but either way, it still works the same. And he like climbs through and then takes a piece of technology and then climbs back through and then
She would actually try to stop him.
Like
I'm
a
not sure
sick
she-
judge. No, a slick judge. Fuck. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. You're not sick, you're slick.
But
I
Will,
don't
do you
know
know
if
what that?
she's fast enough, but she would try to grab his shirt or just jacket, whatever, to stop him from doing.
Roll me plus hate checks with Xander, and we'll see if you manage to get there.
Oh boy. Let me double check in my, because I don't think I have a good checks with him. No, never mind. It's a +3 because he dislikes me. Okay. So 2d6 plus
26 plus 3.
3. A 10.
On a 10, I'm gonna say, yeah, if you want, you can stop Xandar from actually venturing in. It's not gonna close. It's open. This is ridiculously stable for something Xander's made. But yeah, there is like this
Everything I make is
shimmer,
awesome.
and yeah, you just managed. You can like pull him back and get between him and this rift. You are now very close to the rift, though.
No, she just tries to hold him back and says, "You shouldn't do that. We need to close it."
No, it's fine.
No, do you understand what you're doing here?
I mean, more or less, like it opens and I go in and I get stuff and then I take it back here.
This is a maelstrom. You cannot just open and try to mess with it.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a junkyard, so
Jeff.
that's where I got some of these parts from.
There's a guy in a. Do we have an office next door that I wasn't told about?
And at this point, Izzy starts to focus and concentrate, opening her brain to the maelstrom and trying to shut the portal.
Yeah, the guy's weird though. There wasn't a person there last time. It was more like a junkyard.
Roll me plus weird. This is not going to be easy because unfortunately Xander's done an outstanding job of this.
Partial.
I will give you a choice. You can close it, but there will be consequences, or you can not close it.
No, she would want to close it because she's quite scared. Like she had several bad run-ins with the maelstrom when the connection wasn't stable and it wasn't pretty, and she heard up the story. So her priority would be to close it.
Okay, cool. You can close it, but Xander, you were going to broadcast from your radio tower a broadcast meant for another time period entirely to every single person who can receive radio signals in Cemetery City. I'm not going to say what it is, but the broadcast goes out, and it's not what he's broadcasting, it's what's on the radio at that moment in time, because he's not live at the moment, because he's just trying to talk to someone. And Izzy slams this shut, and as you do, it's going to send a ripple through time, through the world, specifically through Finbar and
Do I
Will.
see a butterfly there?
You do. You see it literally. So a butterfly is going to be all that makes it through, and it will just clip its wings, and
And now we know that Izzy actually caused the apocalypse. Like, she
Yeah.
is responsible for it all.
straight up murdered all these people.
God damn.
God damn it. Yeah, so there is going to be a pulse that's going to go out. It's going to hit everyone in the city, and it's going to hit outskirting sort of like patrols. It's a big ripple, and this is psychic maelstrom stuff. So unfortunately, because of Chipmunk, Will and Finn.
Hell yeah. I believe it's me and Mike actually. Yeah. Myself and Mike from our maid.
Fantastic. Okay, so it's going to ripple through the city for some reason. It's particularly like strong around Will specifically.
That's good.
But yeah, Xander, you are straight up. This thing goes off in your face. You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
Okay. In that case, what do you need me to roll, my friend?
A D10,000 as we see the insanity that ensues.
Oh, good lord. Look.
What could possibly go wrong though? Nothing at all. All their high numbers.
Lay out some high numbers.
Fine.
Got D10K, which Josh is bringing in. Some kind of-
And if you guys want to find out how to do this, it's all down below in our donation page. Just drop down and have a sneaky little look.
Thanks, Chipmunk.
And- Thank
Also
you
have a
very much.
blind the man NPC to come in at some point
Indeed,
as well.
I thought of the perfect way of introducing him. So, what was the first roll? Was Will, you were 7,000 and
Let me read out for you, buddy. It's 7946 is what I got.
7946. Let's see what accompanies your weird butterfly-like arms. 7946. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh god.
So watch your back, Will.
Yes.
and try not to get into too many fights in the near future. When target next spills blood, his feet take root in the ground.
Oh boy.
So this could be interesting, considering you're a drugged up maniac.
I was gonna say, with all those drugs around in the ground, in the air, in the water.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, so as we say, what could possibly go wrong with D10,000 Wild Magic Surge on our new and improved D10,000?
Indeed, yeah.
So, 8,969.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh, that's okay. Cool. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have. So this is going to cause it's going to cause some interesting things because Izzy, you're going to become terrified of the dark, unfortunately, as well as random people around you. Xander at the time, so this will project out to the city, and we'll see how that plays out through the following episodes. But yeah,
Terrified of the dark, Xander.
yeah, indeed.
I'm fine. Izzy's terrified of the dark.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
get right.
Just as long as she's near Xander, or in general.
No, you are not terrified of the
Oh,
dark.
right.
Well, it kind of fits because she had this visions of someone staring at her from across a dark room. So I guess it's just gonna get worse.
Indeed. And
Left you the note. He just keeps opening portals.
just yay. You want light? Okay, cool. And you just rip open the portal to someone, right? You're like, there we go.
It's gonna end up in an enemy-esque scene of whack-a-mole wole where Izzy is trying to run after Xander and he's popping out, opening portals. No, stop it!
Yeah, pretty much. Cool. So we're gonna cut back to Adar, who's going to be walking down a corridor towards the Queen of Hearts. Finn. Adar is.
Yep. So yeah, I guess Adar's still dealing with. So like, do I have sensation in this thing?
No.
Okay.
You
yeah.
you can feel like as much as like if you were to press against something, you feel like your shoulder being pressed into. But no, this is not. This is
like-
not.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
a more functional. It also does not it resembles vaguely a human arm. If you were wearing it under clothing, it would be conspicuously bulky. But
I think
it's
we said
not-
at one point it like folds out into a small riot shield. So yeah, this is not a
it does have
this is not a
this-
non obvious thing. Yeah. So I'm like,
you know that thing deploys pretty fast. Like he's put his fist through someone and deployed a riot shield inside them before. It's a big.
I asked him never to do it again in the bar.
Yeah,
at
indeed.
least.
Yeah, in the bar, indeed.
I was finding brains for weeks.
And then like it folds out into a mop and he apologizes and just starts
Yeah.
mopping up.
So I guess I've practiced with that a few times, getting the hang of like interfacing with a device through my brain, which is weird. Yeah, and I guess I'm just kind of arriving, and I think the first thing is like, well, the lights are off. It's night time.
So I think this is one of those things where you guys you'll be arriving, you'll be walking down the corridor, and Angel will be approaching you alongside a man who you will sort of recognize. He's dressed similarly to the guys that you encountered before.
Yeah, I think the first thing they see is me staring up at the sign that says King of Diamonds.
It's not there. There is no
Okay.
sign.
Okay, then
There
I'm
was a
staring at the absent place where my sign should be.
There's the double door. One of the double doors is definitely not in it's off its hinges. It will not swing at all. The other one seems to be in slightly better shape.
Yeah, so I'm kind of looking at that, and I guess I hear him clank up. And,
Yeah.
Like, Angel, evening.
Evening.
Who's your friend?
What's your name again, lad?
Edward.
Edward. He's got a few questions for you.
Oh, I know a little bit about these guys, don't I? So I know they don't like mechanical stuff. So I think Adar catches himself before he extends his right hand and holds out his humany left one to shake. It's like a pleasure.
He takes your hand in a vice-like grip. He actually takes you at the forearm. He goes for the old school clamping forearms. It's not as uncomfortable as you'd think. You do have rather.
Oh yeah, I have a weirdly beefy arm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes, I'm going to assume this is about the people dressed similarly I met. Well, I say met, briefly bumped into out
I
there.
believe it's to do with that. And I'm just watching those two speak, basically.
Well, how about we go sit inside? I'd offer you a drink, but I feel like we might not find anything. At least we won't be standing out in the hallway.
Is that me or Edward?
To both of you, it's like
Yeah, I'm rolled for a drink.
Yeah, so let's go in and have a seat. Okay, so yeah, we like move inside, and yeah, so how fucked is my bar? What's left? Because I mean I know this place back to front, so I'm
Okay.
gonna presume there's a lot of bullet holes.
there are a lot of bullet holes.
Also,
There
very
is-
briefly, sorry for interrupting. Izzy, what Izzy told Ada after he woke up is that, Diamond's killed Bubs and Spades, and he was a bad man, needed to be punished, and then he got shot by one of the customers. She did not tell him that she sort of gave the order because she thinks that this piece of information is kind of obvious, but she doesn't say it. She just assumes that he figures out the rest.
Like an Aurora unit. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Segways on segways on segways.
Indeed. And you will find that everything is missing. Even your unit has been stolen. The Duke box in the corner is actually playing Last Christmas I Gave You My Heart, but the very next day, but it's distorted because someone smashed up
Yeah.
the speaker.
Last kick. Yeah, so I'll go over and press. I'll press pause and see if that works.
Nope. This thing is, you're not even sure how this is still working. It's just one of those things that you probably need to put this in the box out of its
Yeah.
misery.
So I think there's a pause, as like maybe you two are like looking around at like because I imagine there's still a lot of bodies in here.
There aren't as many as you'd expect,
Okay,
and they've been dragged to one side and piled in a corner.
but still more corpses than necessarily makes a good atmosphere.
Oh yes. But
Has someone stolen all my fancy light fixtures?
your light fixtures are gone.
That's the sound where that's the moment where the sound of crashing glass is heard as Adar puts his fist through the jukebox window.
There is, your Duke box dies as well as any hope of sort of opening in the next couple of days. Your alcohol is gone. The shotgun that usually sits under the bar is gone. The cash register, I use that term lightly, is missing.
There's a
This
lot of
place has been gutted. Not just like, this place has been methodically gutted.
All right. I mean, I like. Do we have even chairs? I assume some of my furniture's still here, just because that's too big to shuffle out.
Actually,
Easily.
some of it, no, quite a lot of it is missing. However, there are a few bar stools and stuff that are sort of
Okay.
like,
I'll like indicate it's like, gentlemen, take a seat. I'll be back in just a moment, and I will sweep through kind of like one of those doors that's a bit like a wall up, kind of through the stairs into my apartment above the bar, to do an inventory on my things.
Cool.
I'm gonna assume similar.
This place has been gutted. There is pretty much nothing here except a box. It's a very colourful box. It's got a ribbon on it, and it's sat in the middle of the floor.
I bet that fucker left it where my nice little globe drinks cabinet was as well. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I think. Adar kind of crouched in front of it, and like gingerly picks it up with his robot hand, and I think I'll walk downstairs. It's like, seems I've been left a little present. I think I'll wait for Xander or Izzy before I open it up. Those seems might be some of their expertise.
Here's a bomb.
Well, either a bomb or just something weird.
Yeah, probably something weird.
Yeah.
A weird bomb.
Yeah. I'll go over to the bodies and see if I can see spades, diamonds, and hearts.
You would notice there's no hearts because there was never a heart. It's either you or
Sorry,
I.
spades, diamonds, and clubs.
There is a spades, there is a diamonds, there is no clubs.
Okay.
If you look over to where the DJ booth is, there is a bullet hole and a lot of blood. Like basically, there was like a big perspex screen in front of him and to the side, and then like he was basically in a box. There's one bullet hole, sort of like in that, and red has just gone everywhere.
Okay. So I like look towards what's left of these two's faces. Just kind of go, you stupid fucking idiots.
Spades' head is missing. Like
Yeah,
diamonds is just perforated.
yeah, I'll if there's any respectful eye closing to be done. Like there's an element of affection. Like Adar does genuinely like people. He's just,
Yeah. No, I
and
get
like these people, he's mostly teased them. They were like some of his closest friends. I'll briefly look over the bodies, but I'm not going to dig through them yet to see if my my buddy, what was his name? I have it written down. Eric.
Like
See
a
if I
good
can-
friend of mine.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like he's my guy who gets money out of people, but I just have a
Yeah.
brief pause to see if he's amongst the dead.
Eric is not here.
Okay, well, leave that for now. Oh yeah, and I just check the collars of clubs and diamonds to see if they still have like their They all did the fancy jewelry to show off their suit, but I think the only one I ever gave them was like basically a collar pin thing, and I just check if they still have those because I want to keep them as mementos. If not, it's gonna get real personal.
They are missing and have been replaced by something.
Oh, good. Tell me.
There is a heart, a human heart, like an actual human, the way a human heart looks.
Yeah.
Pin badge with an EKG monitor. With a
So it's got like a little boop, boop line on it. Okay. So I will take those off, and kind of hold them in the hand. I'll just go around the back of the bar opposite Angel and Edward, and put those down next to the present box and go. Well, gentlemen, it looks like business might be out for a little while.
Edward shakes his head, looks around and says, "Is this what all of your bars look like?"
Circumstances have been a little unique as of late.
This is what happens when you give idiots alcoholic beverages and other narcotics.
Yeah. I say like drinking down whiskey, sniffing a line.
Angel,
Yep.
once you sober up in the morning, let's have a chat about getting this place back up and running. But for now, let's deal with
Sure.
issues. I met your men. I briefly bumped into them in the crumbling building. Do we have a term we refer to the apocalypse as, or do we just call it the apocalypse?
Before
before, like from some before building. I was launched in there by a landmine, so I couldn't really give you much in the way of directions. They were searching it, seemed to be nervous. The place was collapsing while we were all still inside. The building collapsed. I managed to, looked down at the metal arm, cut myself loose. Worked my way out of the debris, but shortly after I escaped, it crumbled in. No one else climbed out. There was a wagon nearby. Your creature, you tame catabears. Impressive, but only a few small amounts of supplies on the back of it. I took enough food and water to get me home. A couple weapons in case I need to defend myself. If you want them back, I think most of it's still there. You're more than welcome to it. I have no particular need of a beast of burden.
He nods and he says, "We found what was left of your shed car. It's in poor condition, but it's salvageable. The men, however, are not."
The risk of doing business.
He nods and says, "Well, I have some other business in town, but he turns to Angel and says, we should talk soon. I may have a job
Yeah. Jobs. Sounds good. Sounds
You
good.
men might be able to help us with a slight problem we're having up at Moultown. You're familiar with Moultown, I presume?
Of course. Very intimately. Passionately.
I'm going to say you can choose whether or not you're familiar with Moultown.
I have a working knowledge of what the place is.
Essentially, it used to be a really large shopping mall.
Yeah.
Now is pretty much a market area and mostly living accommodation. And there's a gang war going on. But yeah, it's like basically the big trading hub of Cemetery City, or your local area of Cemetery City. This is, we've got some dealings there, and we might need help with.
Of
He
course.
looks he looks despairingly quiet for a moment, and then just says, "The technical aspects of things."
Got it. Technical. Yeah. Got it.
He turns to Adar and just like,
I smile. Yeah, I guess in the way that like either man would look at like I'm humoring the other one for them.
yeah, give the split smile.
Yeah, it's very diplomatic. Like,
One of your eyes looks at me, the other looks at him and
it's
winks.
like both of you think that I'm like you're just so much superior to this other one.
No.
Great. Cool. So I guess if that's close of business with him, I'll bid him good day. I just like to roll one move before we finish, just to give you some inspiration to jump into next scene. Maybe some trouble for me, depending on how I roll. But I'll have a quick chat with Angel, ask him to like pass on word for me, basically for like a small favor. I'd just like to know who survived. So I have a move called wait, here is it? Fingers in every pie. So just put out the word that you want to think. Could be a person, could be something, could even just be a thing, and roll what's hot. So basically, I'm putting out the word that I want to see everyone who survives. So just to remind you, on a 10+, it shows up in my establishment for me like magic. On a 7 to 9, my people make an effort, and everyone wants to please me, but close is close, right? On a miss, it shows up in my establishment for me with wicked strings attached. So I will roll that hot. I will leave that with you for next session.
Nice.
So
On a 7, you are.
it's
you
close
sort
enough.
of Start to explain this to Angel, and as you are, Edward gets to the door, and he pulls the door back, essentially to walk through it, to find a man standing on the other side.
Oh, good.
He's wearing sunglasses, which is strange because he's standing indoors. He carries a shotgun slung over his back, a backpack. He looks like a traveler, like he's been walking for many, many days. He's black, big, quite muscular.
It's
a
Mr.
little
T.
bit-
No.
a little bit of grey, and he just remains absolutely stoically steadfast. Edward looks at him curiously, and he steps in, sniffs the air once, and his head rotates, and he locks eyes with Adar and says, "I hear you had some trouble.
Cool.
Maybe I can help."
All right. That's wonderful. Is his name Eli? You son of a bitch. Cool. Shall we do Hex?
Yeah, we're gonna do some hex real quick, and yeah, we'll.
Sounds
we'll
good.
wrap it up there. Thank you for Chipmunk there for your NPC.
There we go.
Absolute
Fantastic.
blast. I'm super looking forward to that. So yeah,
I need a new bouncer.
We'll start off with Mike, because Mike, I believe, for one reason or another, you haven't actually had a proper chance to roll HX yet. So I'm gonna roll you some HX. So you, out of everyone, pick someone that you feel like you've got to know better over this session.
Is it not that they know him better? I believe he's got a who has seen that because he picks who gets +1 with him. I think is the way it works. Sorry.
Basically, what I'm doing is like someone you feel that someone that you feel like you bonded with, someone you feel like you spent time with. Which it's probably going to come as a toss-up between Izzy and Angel. Which one do you feel like you were closer to? You went on an expedition with Angel, and that was pretty crazy, and some crazy shit happened. But at the same time, you've done some weird.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd be closer with Izzy. She just slammed that portal closed, and I was trying to steal that one thing.
But she does know you better.
More of an
She knows you're
understanding.
insane.
Doesn't necessarily have to be.
I'm a little salty.
I'm a little salty about it.
Yeah, so I guess it would be Izzy this episode.
Cool. So take +2 with Izzy HX for missing last session, and take +1 with Angel. As you've got to know them a bit better, and this is basically for intervening, helping out, and interfering with things other characters do.
So is that an additional +2 with Izzy, or
Indeed.
I only have +1? So
You already had +1, so
Yeah, so you go up to 3. You hit 4, it resets to 1, and you gain an XP.
Indeed.
Is the way it works.
neat.
So Angel,
Yeah.
same question. Feel particularly close to this session.
This session, I guess, Xander?
Sure.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, you had that cool thing where he's fixing up your cars. I mean, how pissed you will be when you find out he's done nothing. Like he tore
Yeah.
a car apart. Yep.
Yeah, I took one
This
all the way
guy.
apart. The other
He
two will be
basically-
fine.
He was like, "Yep, I know
This
how it
guy.
works." And then, ham radio.
No,
Pretty
there was
much.
no time frame discussed. He just said, "Can you fix these?" And I said, "Sure,
Sure.
sure."
So yeah, take a +1 HX with Xander.
Alright.
Petra, who do you feel
Uh,
like with?
Yeah, for this session, it would definitely be Zender. Because now she knows that he's doing crazy, dangerous stuff with the Maelstrom. Something that
He
she
has some
needs to
kind
have
of
an eye on.
terrible-
Totally, probably fine.
thing in his basement. Yeah.
It's
So
totally
that
fine.
would be a +1 to that. Does that take you up to +4 by any chance?
Yeah.
So you actually get an XP towards leveling up. And Finn, finally.
Very, very quickly, does it mean that I go back with Zender? Is that how it works with the experience point, that you go back to 0 and then you
1. So
Fine.
if you get to 4, it
Mhm.
resets to 1, and you gain the experience.
Okay.
The way that I've seen it explained is like kind of moving into a new tier of understanding. Like
Yeah.
when you get to +4 with an acquaintance, they become a +1 friend.
Yeah.
Is one way to kind of look at it. You understand them better, but hit the new tier where you're still bottom food chain.
Yeah.
And I think the only person I can really say from this session is Izzy, because she saw what Adar's nightmares look like. Yeah. Angel already knows about Adar's temper and was probably a bit too bait to really gain anything from that. So.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
Plus one with Izzy.
Take a +1, indeed. Cool. So we're gonna bring it to a head there. Unfortunately, this will be the last episode for a little while because I will be absent next day.
Yeah. So next week, Josh is off away, and so we'll be filling in with the wonderful Finbar. Will be running something. We don't know what yet. We'll find out soon.
It's
but the
going
rest
to
of
be
us-
weird and creepy, probably.
Most likely. So that is what will be happening next week. If you enjoyed today's show, let us know in the chat. Thanks again to the Pregnant Chipmunk for that donation here at the end, as well as Sophie and the Fungineer. Thank you guys very much. Very, very generous of you all. There's some exciting news though. There's a bunch of things happening tonight in the tavern. So if you don't roleplay with us in a tavern, check it out here, !tavern. There's been a bunch of updates, and you can join us in the Discord here to play with us tonight. So that's where I'm going to be, and Beth's going to be, and a bunch of the folks in chat will be hanging out tonight, so you can find us there. If you did enjoy today's show, hit that follow button and join us. Thanks so much, Psychobot. And let's go around and have some hooks and plugs from our wonderful cast today. So Finbar, you do things on the internet, I'm told.
I do indeed. I stream the video games over on twitch.tv/MathinTV. This week we'll be playing a bunch of a game called Fury, which is a big boss rush, bullet hell thing. But the one that the Encounter role people might find interesting is there's a game called Evolve about hunting 4 people with guns hunting a monster. It's also just recently gone free to play. So this Friday we are playing Hunt Mathin. 4 people from chat will be randomly selected for every few matches to try and hunt me down and kill me. And I know you all like throwing evil magic surges at me. So if you want to come hang out,
I dig it.
you don't need to pay for a game. You should turn up, sit in Discord with some other cool people from my stream, and try to live your dream.
I approve this
Play
message.
My
What
murder.
will you be playing on?
The PC.
Hunt the Juggercock. There we go. Petra, you do things on the internet?
Yes, you can watch me play D&D 5th edition every Saturday on twitch.tv/TimeToDice. I believe the link in the chat in a second.
It's already there.
Beloved Warlock there, who, very quick anecdote from this Saturday. She made a pact with a Lovecraftian goddess, and basically we shook Nigurith, the black goat of the forest with 1,000 young, blah, blah, blah. And she actually got, because our druid conjured goats, huge goats, who ripped through a shambling mound. She touched the goat because she thought maybe her patron was in one of those vicious goats, and I rolled 2 nat 20s afterwards. So anyway,
Hey.
that was my story for today.
Nice, nice. Mike, you do things on the internet, do you not?
I do. I run the American version of Encounter Roleplay. It's called Unmade Gaming. You guys can come check us out on Mondays, every other Monday right after this stream, every other Tuesday, and every other Thursday. And if you want to play in some sci-fi West Marches, kind of like Will's West Marches game here, shoot me a message and we can get you on that. So the Mondays at 7 o'clock. And that's what I do.
That sounds great. Awesome. So if you enjoyed today's show, fear not for tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow is Tuesday. And that, it is, right? Yeah, tomorrow is Tuesday, which means that we start with the penultimate episode of The Covenant, as well as Lost Mine of Phandelver. Josh will be back along with Charlie, Charlie, Beth, and Kira. There we go, that's the name I was thinking of. In Lost Mine of Phandelver. So join us then. Thanks again to everybody who donated and who joined us throughout today's shows. Like I say, tomorrow starting at 1 p.m. EST, which is 6 p.m. if you're over in the UK, and the second show is at 4 p.m. EDT, which is 9 p.m. if you're over in the UK. So until then, guys, we will see you very soon, and until then, try not to roll too many now ones, because we all want to be here laughing when you do, and of course, don't let Mordok touch you in the dungeon. Good night, guys.